All right, I head over to the trading post and ask similar questions about what's going on with all these curses and whatnot.
Now this place is like twice the size and is like sort of a shop slash tavern slash hostel slash sort of just wagon resupply. It's like big and
It's like a big Wilco's.
yeah.
Yeah.
A Wilco's with a cafe.
Oh, nice.
Costco.
So we've come
Yes,
from the
Costco.
Hilton and we've gone to Wilco's, right?
So there's people milling around, like loading stuff on wagons, and yeah. So did you say you went inside?
Yeah, I'll head inside and I'll head up to the first person who looks like they've got a bit of common sense between their ears, and I'll ask them about the curse.
Okay. So behind you go in, there's a few people sitting around, laughing, playing some cards, drinking ales.
Is anybody
smell of
playing
food.
Dragon's chess?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
Oh.
That's too fancy a game.
Are there any people playing Dungeons and Dragons in like some Inception format?
No, not currently.
Surely for them it'd be like humans and half pay. Humans and hotels, something like that.
Humans and Brexit.
They're just playing Monopoly.
And you can see that there's a man behind the counter, and there's a few staff running around. And yeah.
Cool. I'll go up to the man behind the counter and good fellow.
Hello there.
I've just come into town and I noticed there was I noticed on the bulletin board about some kind of a curse or some such nonsense. What's all this about?
Ah, yes, a terrible business. Well, I can tell you that it was all that bloody Elia, whoever I said her name
A
was.
liar.
That's the one. As you see, she had a powerful enchanted brazier that she used in dark rituals to sow evil and spread corruption.
What kind of evil and corruption?
Well, you've probably heard all the crops are dying and the animals are getting sick. It's ruining the town. And my beautiful trading post.
Is business poor?
Well, it hasn't affected us too badly yet, but it will do. Now, can I interest you in any goods?
Do you have any
A room, something to eat, a tankard of ale, or
How much does it cost?
a tankard of ale is 3 copper pieces.
And yes.
Is that 3 ales, or I've got some wine, I think.
No, ale is fine.
I'll take an ale.
I'll also take an ale.
Just
3 ales.
just a
coming
half
up.
for the gnome.
It comes in pints.
Well, I'll drink half of it and then give him the other half then.
I thoroughly kick Dalton in the shin and ask for an ale and just scorn. A
I'm
little
not.
bit
I'm
towards
not
him.
paying, so
Here you go.
It's
And
still
he-
Skaram's round, is it not?
it still scams
No,
around.
that was in the last place.
It's okay, my friend. And he slides the gnome a pie on the house.
Thank you, good sir.
Unbelievable. That pie's bigger than your head.
Do you need any gear? You look like adventurers. Do you need any equipment?
I didn't realise it was that kind of place. Wink, wink.
Mr. Gray.
He reveals himself at last.
No, I'm fine, thank you. I'll just enjoy this lovely ale.
Sure. Or do you need a room for the night?
I glance out of the window, hoping to tell what time it is.
It's still morning.
No, then. No, it's still
Well,
morning.
you might have wanted to book a room, you see.
Are they going to sell out? Are they going to be fully booked by the time?
Well,
I
you never
return?
know. They may well.
How many rooms?
Could we
do you
get better
have?
prices if we booked them now than later?
We have 4 rooms.
Well, we only need 2.5, so.
To be fair, you can sleep at the end of the bed.
I kick them both in the shin once again while slurping down my pint.
And the establishment owner feels sorry for you, so slides you a nice free pie again.
It's fattening you up, mate.
Just to confirm, is this a pie or a pint?
A pie.
A pie, excellent. I ask if you can wrap this up for me, as I know it'll fit quite nicely in my knapsack.
He does. He wraps it in some nice wax paper.
You
Excellent.
won't get any taller if you keep feeding him. Not a plant, you know.
He'll grow up big and strong, lad.
I leave the conversation, I go and sit at one of the tables and just enjoy my pint.
Fantastic. 3/4 of an hour in, and we've broken the party up already.
I think I'll finish off my beverage, and I say, do you think we should go and talk to Mace Windu, or just head out into the woods for a quick look around before it gets dark?
Well, it's either talk to Master Windhorn, or that Teresa girl said that Elia had a house on the north side of town.
Ah, yes, we should go and check that out. Actually, there might be clues, and I am the world's greatest detective, so.
Batman?
It's at the far northwest of town. It's like right on the outskirts.
How long is it going to take us to walk to this house in the town?
Oh, it's
Like-
not far. It's a small town, so
Okay.
not far.
He was worried that we might have to get a horse.
Fatigue
Or
might
in his
kick in.
case, a pony.
It's not far from the garrison watchtower on the north town.
Okay, excellent.
And when you get there, you see the door is slightly ajar.
Have you been here already, Jibblewick?
I start to peer around the surroundings, and obviously with the door open, I just check around the back of the house to see if there's any other break-ins.
Make a perception check.
I shall. I'm going to use my dice app for the first time.
Even not having real dice.
What sort of nerd are you?
I roll a 14.
Do you have any perception modifiers?
That's with the perception modifier.
I see. Well, it's a small house with only one door up some little steps and numerous little leaded windows, but it doesn't look like anyone's tried to get in any other way, as in trying to break in a window or anything. And through the windows you see it's dark but messy.
Okay.
And like there's cobwebs and a bit of dust, and it doesn't look like anyone's been in there a while.
After this evaluation, I walk back round to the front of the house and tell the chaps that it looks safe. It looks like there hasn't been anyone inside for a long time. Who would like to go first?
I volunteer. Yeah, fuck it. I'll volunteer. I was gonna volunteer the child, but I thought that's. I'll do it. I'll go first, but I'm gonna take it real slow and almost stealthy, just in case. And I'm gonna go up the couple of steps. And I'm gonna hope the door doesn't creak really loudly when I push it.
It does.
Bah!
So yeah, it's like 5 little steps up to the door, and you push it open, and it's just like the living room. It's like it's all dusty, and there's just like a chair and a little bookshelf. There's a hearth. There's a big fancy rug, or what was once fancy, but
So it's
not so much.
basically it's untouched effectively, like because she got told she had to leave and she hasn't been able to go back. As it was left, it hasn't been like ransacked. Nothing.
That's how it looks to you.
Hmm.
I mean, there's all like her withered herbs hanging and like tokens and books and it just looks like someone left and never came back.
Okay, cool.
And there's a door in the there's a door in the wall to your right. The hearth is in the corner to your left, and ahead of you, you can see like an archway into like a kitchen.
Okay. Have I been followed in by the other two? Have you guys followed me?
Yeah, I crept in
Yeah,
very quietly
You're in behind
behind
me.
you. I haven't
Okay.
made any noise yet, though.
I whisper. All right, guys. Let's make sure nobody's in here first, and then we'll have a proper look for clues. All right? So let's spread out, make sure everything's okay, and then we'll have a good route around.
Okay. I'm going to slowly creep towards the kitchen, which was that in front of us, wasn't it? Okay, I'll creep forwards.
Are there any like lighting things in the area, like candles or
Yeah.
braziers or anything like that? Yeah.
There's
Are
a
they,
few
are
like
they,
old.
Are they alight or off?
No.
Off.
That's
Out.
off. But it's daytime, so it's like light inside, fairly light.
Ooh.
No.
One of my paladin powers allows me to detect the location of any ancestral fiend or undead or any consecrated or desecrated place or object within 60 feet. I'm going to give that a whirl, see if anything's kicking up.
You do not detect anything particularly evil.
Hang on, can I at least roll first?
Oh, I didn't realise you had to roll.
Yeah, it's a +1 on my charisma modifier as well. So fucking here we go.
Sure.
It's a 16, mate. How's that?
You don't think there's anything particularly evil. There is nothing undead or celestial or anything as far as you can tell.
Okay, I'll just I guess I'll go through the door on the right.
Okay.
Is it a shut door, a lock, like a closed door?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna stealthily try and open it, just in case.
Okay. Roll me a stealth
I
check.
sure will. That is a natural 20. What a waste of a natural 20.
Okay. Like some kind of ninja in your armor. You're
In my mail. It's only mail.
Well, all right.
Have you ever tried sneaking in chainmail?
Only all the time.
Well,
I'm wearing
you
it right
silently glide across the floor and open the door like without a
now.
sound.
You guys are really impressed. That's basically what you're saying.
Okay. When you open the door, you can see that it's occupied by a small bed, nightstand, chest of drawers, etc. It's gloomy because the curtains are sort of half shut, and there's some vases with dried flowers, and there's a nicely carved wardrobe in the corner.
Cool.
And yeah.
I'll go to the wardrobe and just rummage straight through it. Just pull out all the drawers, open it, swing it
Okay.
open.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay. Whoops. That's a 5 + 1. It's obviously a 6. That doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, you don't find anything. Nothing at all.
Useless.
So, whilst all this is going on, I've been going through any books that she has to just because I'm I'm interested in books.
In that case, you can make me an investigation check.
Ooh. 4. The mighty 4.
Yeah, you're looking at the paper, but turns out you can't read.
Wow, that's something.
Can those of you in the living room also make me a perception check?
12.
Okay. Is the gnome not still in the living room?
I'm in the kitchen. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
You know, just
Wandered off to
hanging
eat.
about. Yeah.
Well, let's say you didn't quite make it that far. But yeah, you both hear before you actually get to the kitchen that a noise coming from the kitchen, like a sort of scuttling noise.
Firstly, I quickly grabbed my pocket to make sure that Bitey hadn't escaped to get into the kitchen on the hunt for cheese. And he's still there, so now I've got a bit of an alarmed expression on my face.
Okay. So you still going to the kitchen?
Stealthily, I'll walk towards the kitchen to try and get try and hear what's going on in there, just to see if I can tell, because my hearing's a bit shot and I left it.
Okay. So make me a stealth check.
Right. Give me a sec. Right, I've actually got 18, and then I believe I've got extra 5 in that as well.
All right.
So play me that.
Creep up to the kitchen, and you can see there's some rats scurrying around in the bins and like coming out the cupboards and stuff. The kitchen's fairly standard looking. There's like iron pots and cupboards and things. It's like more herbs and flowers and things all withered and everything.
Realising there's not really a threat, is there anything I could use as a weapon to take with me?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
There's a wrought iron tripod that looks like it was meant to hold a brazier, but the brazier is absent.
Brazier is absent.
Brazier.
I'd probably jest Skaram, but it's safe because he's stood there in fright, holding one of his books from the noise, and jest him to come over so he can have a little look.
Yeah, I wander over at the towards the kitchen, and yeah, that's.
Can you make me? Are you trying to creep, or are you just wandering over?
Oh no, I'm just wandering over. There's no threats, obviously.
When the rats notice you in the archway, they attack you.
Fucking typical.
Can you roll me initiative, please?
Yep. 17.
Okay. And the gnome?
5. Is Dalton just gonna ignore all this happening? Like, I know he's one room away, but
Well, I was kind of hoping there'll be a noise at some point that would alert me to something, and I would come at that point.
So, how many rats are there? Out of interest.
That's a good point.
Sort of like, a bunch, a swarm, if you will.
Okay.
A flock.
I guess I'd call for Dalton to get over here.
Do I hear?
Yeah. I mean, it's a small house. I mean.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay. I rush in. Go. I assume the gnome shouts with some panic and alarm because obviously rats are based on his height. They're quite close to his face.
They're pretty big. Yeah. Quite scared of them. I really don't like rats, but pet mouse, that's fine. I just phobia of rats.
Hearing the fear in his voice, I rush in. So I'm there. I'm ready to rock and roll. Would you like me to roll an initiative, or am I just last because I arrived last? That makes sense.
You'll go last.
That's
There's a twist in the story.
Well,
turns out there was actually an even bigger rat in the wardrobe.
Turns out the wardrobe was the rat.
The entire house is actually just made of rats.
bear with me 1 second.
No one's gonna bear.
Oh, that shit joke's staying in for certain.
There's there's 5 rats coming at you. But Chris goes first.
Yeah, Skaram goes first. Well, I'd like to open up using my thaumaturgy cantrip to try and intimidate the rats by making my voice 3 times louder, basically going, "Bugger off, you little bastards!"
Okie dokie.
Guessing I need to roll intimidation for that.
Sure. Intimidation with advantage, we'll
Sweet.
say.
So I rolled 16, and I've got a 5 plus 5 modifier on that. So, it's 2 dice, isn't it? Right, let me roll a second d20 just to see if I get any better. Nope, that one rolled off the edge of the table. No, so it's 21.
So, sorry, I haven't done fifth before. Advantage, disadvantage. Does it just mean you get an extra roll?
Yeah, you roll twice and take the highest if it's advantage, and disadvantage you roll twice and take the lowest.
Right, okay. Oh, that's simple, isn't it?
Okay, so the rats are pretty frightened by that, and 3 of them run away.
Huzzah.
So now you've got 2 rats, and it's them next, and one of them is going to try and gnaw at you, Scram. 12? Does that hit your armor class?
It does. My armor class is 11.
Ah, well, you take 1 damage.
Oh, God. Not 1.
And the other one bites at you. 18. And you also take 1 damage. Josh, it's now your turn.
Fantastic. Right, well, I'm going to draw my short sword straight away, and I'm going to attack the rat on the left, which has just successfully bitten.
Okie dokie.
And, right, what's the short sword? Okay. I'm going to roll. I've rolled a 1. Probably going to miss this.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Ah, time for the critical fumble table.
You're going to stab me in the neck, aren't you?
Yeah. It's time for the critical fumble table. Before I do a little jingle for you there.
Can you please, do you have a percentile dice?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait, like 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a D100, sorry. Got a 72.
Shocking violence. You're so shocked by this violence, you have disadvantage on all attacks against this opponent for the remainder of the encounter.
So the fact I got nibbled at has terrified you.
There's so much blood. Oh,
Oh no, a flesh wound.
And it is Rob's turn.
So, whose turn is it?
Yours.
Dalton.
Dalton Sebastian Belvedere Grey.
Oh, I didn't realise it was my turn.
Stop it, Rob.
Stop it, Dalton. Stop.
Oh.
Okay. I have a feeling this small house probably isn't the right environment to use a greatsword. So I'm going to use my maul, just like full on splat down,
That'll show 'em.
just to prove a point, really.
Okie dokie. Make me an attack roll.
Okay, here it is. Attack roll. That's an 18. Rolling
Yep, you hit that rat.
really quite well.
Which rat are you hitting, by the way?
I'm going to go for the nibbler. I should have said that first, because then if I'd krill and missed, I'd have just like hit a foot or something.
Or become terrified of it.
Okay.
And the maul is 2d6 plus 3, so that's a 3. Oops. I keep dropping my dice because my desk is tiny. That's a 6, so 9. So if my maths is correct, that's a total damage of 200.
Well,
Did you carry the 2?
All right. 12
the
damage.
the rat is mashed into a pulp. It's as though, if you can imagine, it's like you've hit a rat with a maul.
Oh God!
And that's what it looks like.
I stand back quite partly disgusted in what I've just done, but also quite impressed at the same time. I was like, but that was cool. That's my response.
And as you do that, another you hear a new noise, like something bigger is appearing out of a hole in a cupboard.
Oh, I knew it was that. It's the fucking cupboard rat I told you about.
You mean the rat cupboard?
Yeah, the rat cupboard. All right. Cool. Bring on the rat cupboard.
And out of the cupboard comes a giant rat.
When we say giant rat, is this the size of me, like the same height, or?
It's about as
It's
big
like-
as you.
Yeah, it's about as big as you.
Okay. I'm
Get
gonna
on all
shudder away
fours
from
and you're
that.
a giant rat.
This would have been far more of a twist if I hadn't predicted it 10 minutes ago.
Shh.
Sorry.